All right, we're back in Hoosier National. We're gonna do some car camping. Telly and I give you a little view of the campsite. Haven't set it up yet. Tent's gonna go right there. We made sure there wasn't any big rocks or roots or anything. Looks fairly level. Starting to get a little bit of a fire going. There's beautiful wife. You guys haven't seen our tent yet that we use when we backpack, or if we go up to like some places like Max Patch, some place where the hammocks just won't work and we need a tent. Our tent is an REI Half Dome 2 Plus, is that correct?
Yes.
REI Half Dome 2 Plus. We're gonna set it up. So we're gonna get going, setting camp up. It's about 40 degrees right now. The wind's blowing a little stronger than we wanted it to, but it's starting to snow just a little bit, spitting flurries, but we're going to get set up and get ready to settle in for the evening. All right, this is our tent, the REI Half Dome 2 Plus. Says it weighs 4 pounds 14 ounces. I don't know if you guys will be able to see that, but there it is. If we use this backpacking, we usually split it up. She'll carry some, I'll carry some, so one person's not carrying 5 pounds. But before we pull this out and set it up, if you're new to camping, of course, if you're not new to camping, you're going to know that when you have a tent, you're always going to want to use a footprint. That footprint protects the bottom of your tent. It also keeps some moisture from coming up through the bottom of your tent or getting the bottom of your tent saturated with water. The Half Dome 2 Plus does not come with a footprint. You have to buy it separately, which we did buy, but we're not using that today because it's going to get below freezing tonight. So at Walmart, they have these emergency blankets, and it's not your space crinkle potato chip bag material. This is pretty big, and one side's reflective. So we're going to use this as our footprint. We're going to put this down first, and then our tent will go on top of it. Slid it right.
Okay.
All right, so this is just the tent. The rain fly is still in the bag. We're going to lay the tent out. We're going to get the poles out and start assembling the tent on top of the footprint or the emergency blanket. Actually, no, the poles. All right, also inside the tent bag, and these come with it. I'm sure everybody knows, but just in case you're new, I want to kind of go through everything. In here we have our poles and our stakes. This is the bag. It has tent stakes in it. We'll use those here in a little bit, but this is what we need for right now. Now this particular tent, some tents you'll get these and you see the different colors, they'll all be separate, but on this tent they're all connected, and it looks like a giant mess, but as you start connecting these, they just kind of take care of themselves. You just keep doing it until they're all put together. That one's done. that one, and it's like a big giant spider. That one's all done. And that one's all done. So now, this is what's gonna hold the tent up. I'm gonna take this over and we're gonna put it in the corners of the tent and then clip the tent around, and then the tent will be done. All we have to do is put the rain fly on then. Hey, why don't you guys come over here with us? Okay, so you can see that all we did was the flexible poles. We just put those in each corner. It's got a place for them to go in, a little grommet thing that goes in them. You can see it on there. We did that on every one of them. So now it just looks like this jumbled mess. But that's what's great about these tents, is all we have to do is we reach in here, and this tent has these little clips, and we just pull it. Come over here and hold this, please. Kelly's gonna hold the camera. So we're just gonna clip this on there like that. Then we find the next one, clip it on, find the next one, clip that on. This one's going to go on there. Now on this end, you can see everything's color coded. See, you got black for black, orange for orange. So that is going to go in there like that. And then we just keep going around, clipping these on. The tent really kind of sets itself up. All we're doing is clipping these on all the way around. I'm going to do this first. A little bit harder to do with gloves on than I thought. Clip that on there. That there, that, and that. So now the tent's pretty much set up. We got to stake it out, but you can see how it's it's not real tight. The stakes will take care of that. We'll put a stake in one corner, then go to the next corner, pull it tight, next corner, pull it tight, next corner, pull it tight. And then when we're completely done, one thing that I want to point out is you can see that blanket sticking out from under the bottom of the tent. Now, you'll see later on once we get our rain fly up that that's not going to bother us, because our rain fly has a vestibule on both sides. This tent, there's a door here, and then if we walk around to the other side, there's also a door here. That way Telly doesn't wake me up in the middle of the night climbing over the top of me when she's got to go pee. So each side has a vestibule on our tent, which means I don't have to worry about that sticking out from underneath my tent, because it's going to be covered up anyway, which is great. But if you have a tent and the rain fly doesn't cover that, you want to tuck that up under your tent, because what could happen is in the middle of the night when it rains, all that rain comes down, it runs off your rain fly, it hits that footprint or emergency blanket, whatever it is you're using. So right now, yes, it's an emergency blanket, but we're using it as a footprint. We're hoping that will reflect our heat back up and keep us warm through the night. So if it rains during the night, that all that rain that hits your rain fly is going to run down the side of the tent, and if it hits your footprint, it's going to run right under your tent. Now, a lot of these tents, they're waterproof, or at least extremely water resistant. Yes. It's not a huge deal, but it will soak through eventually, and then you're going to wake up in about a ½ inch of water and you're not going to be happy. So we're going to get this staked out, and then we're going to put our rain fly on. So I'm going to probably hand you back to Telly so I can start putting these stakes in. Actually, we need to go get the stakes. Oh, you got them over here? No, I put them up here on the tailgate, I thought. Oh, okay. Yeah, I've got them right here. So we're a little bit curious, this campsite we're at, there's a lot of gravel in here. It's a big parking area, kind of, sort of. I'm hoping the stakes go in easy. So I'm going to give you back to Telly. She's going to be our camera woman for a while. And then all I'm going to do, they thought of everything when they made these newer tents. They do a really good job. Everything's planned out, everything's simple, but it's already got a place for me to hook my stake in, or I can come all the way out here, which I think I will, come out here, and I'll put, oh yeah, gravel. That's going to be interesting. We got something for that. BFH. There we go. Just had to get through a little bit of gravel. That's going to be good enough. We're not up on a mountainside where we got 50-mile-an-hour winds. Give me another stake. And then on this one, I'm going to get this through my loop. And I'm just pulling it so that I'm tight. Get that one in there. Tap that in just a little bit. We want to be able to get them out in the morning, so we don't want to go crazy. There we go. Got us another stake. Now I'm just making sure that I'm pulling the excess out of that. Holy crap. This is like a gravel driveway. It's about a ½ inch of dirt and it's just gravel. That ought to be good. It ain't gonna go anywhere. Then on our last one, we started there, we pulled that side tight, then we pulled the end tight. Now I gotta pull this front tight and this tight. At least just the more wrinkles you get out of your tent, the more living space you're gonna have inside. That's all I'm trying to do. This is not why I brought this hammer. I brought this hammer in case we needed to split some firewood with our little hatchet. That ain't gonna go anywhere. All right. Now the rain fly. So I'm gonna have Telly help me with the rain fly. I'm gonna have to put you guys back over here on the truck tailgate until we get that rain fly on, and then we'll get back with you. All right. I mean, yeah, you could do that by yourself, but there's two of us here. Why not make it easy? So it's just loosely draped on there. Now we got to start pulling it tight. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, I know there's a lot of steps in this that I'm not going to do. So I don't want to hear it in the comments that you didn't do this and you didn't do that. The weather is fine. We're going to be fine. The most we're going to get tonight, maybe some flurries or light snow. So I'm going to turn you around here and show you. You got the orange part of the tent, and then on the rain fly, you've got this orange tab. It goes on there just like that. I'm going to do the other side. As soon as Telly finds it. It's going to be a tight fit. Yeah, it's hard to do with gloves on sometimes.
It really is. That's why they give you a tab.
All right, so she's got that on there now. Our top is on there and it's tight. Now, yeah, in the middle, you can tie it off. I'm not doing that. So, I don't want to hear about it. So, you give Telly back the camera. Now what I do is on the corner of our rain flies, just like the poles of our tent, it's got a little buckle, and it's got the female end on the tent. Clip that in. Every corner. Clip that in. That one's in. And that one's in. Now, told you we had vestibules. That's what this is. We pull this out. Whoops. We pull this out, stake it down. You can see the door will unzip. And then you could unzip it all the way and open this all the way up, and then you get in and out of your tent, and you can do that on both sides. Zip that back up. But we're not doing that yet. We're gonna put stakes in this concrete ground that we got here.
Yeah.
I think I put them back on the concrete. All right, BFH, because I know I'm gonna need it. So, one stake. I'm gonna go ahead and loosen this up so I can adjust if I need to. We're just gonna have to be careful walking around the tent that we don't trip over these stakes. Oh, dirty.
Ooh.
Dirty and wet.
Part of camping.
I think that's on a rock right there.
It probably was.
Yeah, we're gonna have to move that a little bit closer. There we go.
It's going now.
And then we just pull this. There we go. It was in a little bit of an awkward position. Pull that tight. Now all we do is go all the way around, give everything a little snug, make sure it's tight. That's tight. That's it. So that's pretty much it for setting the tent up. Give you a good walk around. Tell you if you want to go ahead and open up one of these doors so they can see. Go ahead and do that one, I guess. Now another thing that this tent has is right here, a little bit of Velcro. And there's a little kickstand in there for ventilation. And I am going to open those because sometimes when it's cold outside and you sleep in a tent, you end up with condensation on the inside of your tent from your body heat and your breathing. And we want to minimize that the best we can. So we're going to give ourselves plenty of ventilation. And there you have it. So she's opened up half of our vestibule on this side. The other side's still closed because we're not ready to start throwing our sleeping stuff in there. But you can see how I was explaining that our rainfly, our vestibule, I mean, there's a little bit right there, but when she zips that back up, it'll cover that up. I'm not concerned with that. Plus, like I said, we're not expecting rain, maybe light drizzles, flurries. But you can see on this side, none of our footprint is exposed. We're in good shape. So now, all we got to do is wait for Telly to get our bedding in there. Okay, so I'll set the tent up, and you're probably saying, but Chris, I didn't see anything in there to sleep on. Well, it's because there wasn't. And Telly's working on that right now. You can see her in there. But I'm going to take you back over here to the truck and show you what we're up to. So, it's cold. And we want to make sure we stay warm. Now, when we bought all of our backpacking equipment, we thought, we don't need 4 seasons sleeping pads. We're never going to be out there when it's below 0 or anything like that. Well, let me tell you what, it doesn't have to be below 0. It's just when it's cold, it's cold. So this is our REI Flash 3 season. It has an R value of 3.2. This is a really comfortable air mattress. We both like it. It's done well for us, but we're not going to risk our comfort on just this, because when you lay on the ground is cold, it will suck your body heat out of you and you will freeze. So what we've done is got these cheap Walmart yoga mat type sleeping pads that you see, you know, most people carry when they're backpacking. It's super light. We don't use these when we're backpacking, but we do use them when we're car camping. So we're going to roll these out, lay them down inside our tent. Then we're going to put our inflatable insulated air mattress on top of those and increase the R value significantly. Now, we've done this before and it worked out perfectly. So that's what we're going to do again tonight. So let me take you over here. Stelly's been starting to work on hers. And you can see in there that she's already got her little yoga mat thing laid out. And she's going to start blowing up her air mattress. And once we get the air mattresses inflated, now these take, I mean, what do you think? Maybe 8 to 10 breaths to totally inflate. They're not that bad.
Yeah, they're not bad.
They've got a one-way valve. You blow in it, and then, I mean, you can take your time. Here is the air mattress. So you have open to inflate, open to deflate. Did you understand that? Let me show you again. Open to inflate, open to deflate. Good? Okay, let's do it. All right, so we got the air mattresses in. Took us maybe 5 minutes, I don't know. Wasn't very long. You can see we have our yoga type mat and our inflatable insulated Flash 3 season REI sleeping pads. Now what we'll do is we brought our quilts that we use for hammock camping because they're warm and we like them. We brought the top quilt and the bottom quilt. So we can use our top quilt just like we would if we were in the hammock. But we also have the bottom quilts in case it is colder than we expect, and we have that extra layer. We've got, what, 30-degree quilts? Yes. So I don't know if you add two 30-degree quilts to what that comes up to, but it equals warm. That's what it equals.
It sure does.
So now we do have something new with us on this trip, and it is right here. It is the Big Blue Mountain Lazy Bear Fluffy Camping Pillow. Where did we see these? We saw them in a video, she said. I don't remember whose. If you're watching this and I don't give you credit, I'm sorry, I don't remember. I want to say John Kelly, but I don't remember. Anyway, super light pillow. Feels like it's going to be extremely comfortable. Utility has already got hers out of the bag. That's what it looks like. We're excited to try them. It does come in different colors. And again, don't remember exactly who I saw. I think it was John Kelly. I don't know, but whoever, thank you for making a video. We are going to try them out tonight and see how we like them. So Telly's going to put these in. You can see right now she is laying out her top quilt. Just like that. And then mine will go where her knees are. And we'll be cozy and snug like bugs in a rug. With our new pillows. And hopefully we like them. So we're going to finish getting tent set up. We're going to close this up because it is snowing a little bit and we don't want any moisture in there. All right, now you're probably saying, hey Chris, you said you're using your quilts that you use when you're hammock camping, but you didn't tell us what the quilts are. You're right, I didn't, because I forgot. So this, what Telly's holding in her hand, is our under quilt. It is made by Jacks or Better. It is a Mount Washington Jacks or Better under quilt. And I believe it is a 30-degree underquilt. Maybe 20, we're not exactly sure. You could probably look on their website and it would probably tell you what the Mount Washington is. We didn't have anything extra done to it. We just said we want the Mount Washington and they sent it to us. So that is our underquilt. Telly and I both have the same underquilt. Our top quilts, which are already in the tent, if I grab this and bring the foot box up here. Oh, that's my top quilt, or under quilt. Here's my top quilt, foot box. That is upside down, but it says Hammock Gear, Econ 30 degrees. So, Jacks or Better under quilts, Hammock Gear top quilts. And we have absolutely zero complaints out of either one of them. They are toasty, toasty warm. And that was a gunshot. See, it's January. I think, shouldn't deer season be over now?
It should be.
Middle of January. It should be right at the end of deer season. We're not too concerned with that. This, you know, I deer hunt. We're only, you can see, I don't know if you can see behind me. Hell, we're only 30, 40 yards off the road. There isn't anybody going to be running through here trying to shoot deer or anything. But anyway, tent is set up now. Tilly's zipping it all up. Our quilts are going to sit in there. And now we didn't have them compressed because we didn't have them in our backpacks. But they are a little bit compressed the way we brought them. We put both of them into one storage bag. So they were maybe a little, just the tiniest bit compressed. So we're going to get them in there, give them plenty of time to fluff up. So we'll be nice and toasty warm when it's time to go to bed. So at this point, the only thing we really got left to do is get our $6 chairs that we just bought because we left home and realized we didn't bring any chairs because we plan really well like that. And you know, we got what, 20 chairs at home in the garage, and
yep,
we can't remember to bring 2. So we got $6 chairs. So we're going to set these up. We're going to work on the fire because it's looking pretty crappy right now. And that's going to be what we do for the rest of the evening. Maybe there is a trail that runs through here. We may take a little bit of a walk. I don't know. But here is our crappy fire.
This is what happens when you buy a $6 chair.
And look at this. That is the cord lock on Telly's $6 chair that we just bought, and it is broken already.
Yep.
This is going to be interesting.
Isn't it though? It always is.
Hopefully these chairs will hold us. That's a little kid's chair.
No, it's not.
That's tiny.
I can sit in it.
Huh.
It's not that little.
I guess that's why they were $6. Anyway, back with you later. So you've seen us set up our tent, and we're now going to work on the fire in our $6 chairs. And I'm telling you, I mean, it's better than sitting on a rock, but they're not that great. So if you're going on to Walmart to buy chairs, don't buy the $6 ones. Go ahead and get the $15 ones or the $20 ones or whatever they are. But it is better than sitting on a rock. Oh, and the smoke's in my eyes. That's my superpower. No matter where I go, the smoke comes to me. But I kind of want to, I'm undecided what I'm going to do with this video. It's kind of a theme for me. I never know what I'm going to do. But I'm going to do a closing on this video because I wanted you guys to see our tent. I wanted you to see how we camp in the colder weather. And I am confident that this setup will take us down below 20 degrees with no problems at all. And it may even go much colder than that. We have already slept in it when it got down in the mid-20s. And we were so comfortable. We were both just shocked how comfortable we were. I actually ended up not even using my underquilt on top of my top quilt. I know it sounds backwards, but that's the way we do it. The underquilt, the top quilt has a foot box in it. It's like a sleeping bag with no back. So you use that, and then we were using the underquilt of the hammock as just a blanket for an extra layer. And when we tried this out, it snowed and it got in the mid-20s and it was cold. And we were both shocked at how warm we stayed. So we know that this system is going to keep us warm at least to 20, and I think maybe even way below that. Now, it's not going to get that cold tonight, but we know we're going to be warm. That's my whole point. So I'm going to close this video out. You guys got to see us set up our tent. You've got to see our campsite. I'm going to give you a little 360 of the campsite. You guys have seen this in one of our other videos when we were driving around looking for campsites. This is a really nice place. It's all pine trees. It smells great. It looks great. So I'm going to close this video out. This was our tent. You saw how we set it up. We're going to camp tonight. I plan on recording. I don't know how much we'll get. I don't know if it'll be in this video. I don't know if it will be in another video. I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do. So if you're watching this right now and that little red bar underneath the video is almost at the end, that means this video is over. So we'll see you next time.